guys, NautoAce here, and this is gonna be my thoughts on the Nintendo Switch presentation that happened January the 12th, 2017. So, if you watch my prologue video on my main channel, I kind of give some of my thoughts on the presentation a bit. I think it was okay. It was informative about the hardware. Some games were shown, but there was still a lot of questions that needs to be answered. And I waited for a while because there were a lot of new information that keeps coming in throughout the day, January the 13th. So I'm gonna probably give my thoughts about it. So right now what you're seeing here is, of course, Nintendo.com, the website, but we're gonna click to the Nintendo Switch website. Alright, so again, the first thing we have to get it out of the way. Can you still pre-order the system? By the time you hear this video, vlog, sad to say, no. And I can show you why. Okay, Walmart, get in stock alert. Okay, Target. Well, I guess you can still pre-order it, so okay, there you go. So sure, I don't know if you can or not, but I guess you can pre-order it online. Yeah. Alright. Well, apparently GameStop, you can still add it to your cart, so, and I'm only picking on the gray one. I don't know about the other one, because I think the gray one, in my opinion, is, I just like it. Personal opinion there, but it is like the default one, sort of. So again, yeah, we can check the other one later, but anyway, moving on. Best Buy, nope, notify me when it's available. Amazon, currently unavailable. You need an email alert. You gotta, oops, yeah, we're gonna close that. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, so you also see Amazon, yeah, you can't do it. Also, bear with it, I have a cough, so yeah, again, notify me. But GameStop, apparently you can still do it, but again, no guarantees. By the time I probably upload this, so you know, times change. Target, looks like you could. Walmart, you cannot. And my probably guess is, beside Amazon, Best Buy and Walmart does store pickup. Target apparently doesn't. So, of course, that's the presentation from Japan. Again, it was sort of informative, but it probably might work in Japan, but worldwide, I don't know. Alright. So of course, some other videos, if you want to see it, this is what it is. The basic explain the playstyle, the overview, some games. We're probably gonna talk about it later, but yeah. So, alright, the first thing we're probably gonna go is, let's go to the pre-order section, because like I said before about the price, I'm gonna say, so basically, again, the price of the Switch is $300, $299.99 MSRP. Same goes with Neo Red and Blue, if you like it. Yeah, they always love that multiple color SKU thing. I don't know why, but I guess some people like it. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering, I'm in the buy section. So, alright, so of course, like I said, $300 for a system. Is that a good price? I have to say, at this moment, yeah, because it's something new. No one haven't tried it yet, and they did show a lot of things you can do with the Switch. Again, remember, the whole point of the Switch is it's a hybrid of mobility and console. You can play it on the go, or you can play it on the big screen. Same games. A lot of people always wanted that, rather than, oh, I want a 3DS version or the Wii U version. Excuse me. excuse me about that one. But again, that's always been the Nintendo dream to some extent for the Nintendo fans. So you look at some of it, you look at it, there's the stuff, and then another way is you can play it on the tablet, or you can play it just putting in a kickstand, and then there's a lot of version. I mean, is this sort of gimmicky? Yes, but at the same time, I hate to say this, it kind of makes sense. It's giving gamers option how they want to play their game. Depends on the game, of course, but that's the whole point. The gimmick with the Wii U was you have a second screen experience, and if someone's using the TV, you can play it on the gamepad. Good idea. Wasn't really fully utilized, as I say that. Of course, the Wii gimmick was motion control, anybody can play. GameCube was the only one, I said it before and I'm going to say it again, that basically had a lack of gimmick. I mean, you could probably say, oh, you can hold it like a handle, I guess, but two was the introduction of connectivity. I granted the N64 did it with the transfer pack, not so much. It was fully more developed on the GameCube. That was the gimmick. And the N64 was, the gimmick with the N64 was analog control. And then the PS2, Xbox follow suit. So again, the gimmick here is Switch because you can play the game how you like it. That's the whole point. Yeah, so of course, what does it include for the $300 SKU? So let's click back. That's the box. So what does it include? The Nintendo Switch console, which is the tablet. Joy-Con left, the gray one. Joy-Con right, another gray one. Because, it's one controller, but I can split to two. The Nintendo Switch dock, if you want to play it on the big screen. Remember, like I called it, it was a Neo Geo, but Nintendo version. There's something new that they introduced. That's why it's $300. Is the Joy-Con wrist strap. It's basically when you play the Joy-Con as a Wiimote. Yes, if you watch the presentation, one of the guy basically said what one of the main goal of the Switch was to have quote-unquote attributes from previous console. So if the Joy-Con left and right, but basically by itself, it's a Wiimote. You combine it to one like a controller. It's a GameCube and an N64. What else? Turn it sideways. To some extent, you can say it's the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo, like the gamepad. Alright, so again, the Joy-Con wrist strap, basically what it does is it's supposed to improve when you play it sideways, and then of course it has a strap just in case if you play it like a Wiimote. The Joy-Con grip is basically when you want to play the Joy-Con controller like a regular controller. And I did mention, I said, is that a rechargeable thing? I heard it is. However, you're gonna need a Nintendo Switch AC adapter, or apparently they call it a USB Type C. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna guess a micro, not the mini, the micro. The mini was in 2006. It's a micro. And then good for Nintendo for a high-speed HDMI cable. HDMI cable is HDMI cable. Excuse me. Alright, so, but there is one thing I did mention, and I did have a little bit salty about it. And you notice here is no game. No packing game. I always say there should be a packing game, I believe. It gives incentive at least for gamers to buy the system, and then they can buy the game in the long run. But what it tells me, like, dude, you guys are a bit greedy. Now you have to force someone to buy a game rather than putting it inside the system. I just don't agree with it, but I kind of understand why. Because I mean, there's going to be teaser that there will be a separate V-block. I'm going to talk about packing game from all the console. that at one point they stopped doing it because, well, I'll give me a reason. And again, one of the main reasons why I think they kind of hesitate, especially at the launch of the console, to put a packing game, and that is Wii Sports. Why did I say that? Because on the Wii, Review Tech USA keeps saying this, and it is 90% true. When people bought the Wii U in 2006, or not the Wii U, shoot, why can't we think, excuse me, the Wii, not Wii U, Wii. The Wii in 2006, Wii Sports was a packing game. You couldn't buy it separately. If you want to play that game, you gotta buy the Wii. And guess what? The majority of people bought the Wii because of Wii Sports, and that was it. I mean, for me personally, I bought some game, but I have heard that most people who bought the Wii just did it because they want to play Wii Sports, and that was it. They didn't buy any games. So they're probably trying to avoid that, because then that's like missed opportunity. So that's my theory there. Again, I still don't agree with it. It should have a packing game. And probably another reason is when the Wii U Deluxe, now this is the Wii U Deluxe in 2012, when in 2013 of November I bought the Mario Brothers one because they had an awesome deal at $300. According to the Lady Wada, they lost a lot of money. Like for every time they sell those SKU, they keep losing money. And again, remember, Nintendo never likes to sell a console at a loss. They never done it in their life until the 3DS and the Wii U. And when that happens, the result always is they had to cut their paycheck just to meet end, to basically keep the company profitable. And yeah, they can't handle it. Like I said before, it's not in their style. So that is unfortunate. There's no game for $300. Do I think it's expensive? No, because again, it has more feature than what the Wii U does. I can understand, and I'm also gonna guess, and I'll talk about it a bit here, is that the accessories and the console itself, which is the tablet and the dock, I don't think they're cheap. And again, in the presentation, they basically explain what the Joy-Con are, and I'm surprised they put a lot of stuff on the Joy-Con controller. So I'm like, wow. So that's probably why it has to be $300. I don't know. Again, they don't want to lose. They don't want to sell a console at a loss. I think it's BS, but that's Nintendo. So of course, there's the Neo red blue thing. The only difference is you get a Joy-Con that's red and blue. Some of my friends say they like that one. I prefer the other one, but really, I don't give a crap what color I get as long as I play my system. I'm not the type of guy that like to quote unquote pimp my system. You know, I mean, it's the same thing. It's just the color thing. But I still think that Nintendo should make themselves different to the other company by putting a packing game. I know Sony never done it. Microsoft never done it. The initial launch. And when the N64 started, they were stopped doing it. I think it's so BS, but I don't know. Maybe it's just business. So again, $299.99. I kinda understand it. I may not agree a bit, but the other half of my opinion is that it kind of makes sense. Because I did say the keyword is $249.99 to $299.99, and I was hoping at least with a packing game, but again, Nintendo's trying to make a profit, because remember, in 2015, they were making a profit, barely. The Amiibo, the 3DS just keep them afloat. 2014, 2013, 2012, 2011, they weren't really making money there. So, yeah. Alright, so now you can wonder, and I talk about some of the consoles, the price of the accessory. I do apologize. I'm not really 100%, but yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. The accessory, the price, it kind of sucks, but again, I kind of understand. So let's look at the accessory. Okay, the first thing, off in the bag. Like if you want to be no matter what traditional, the Nintendo Switch accessory, the Nintendo Switch Pro Controller. Okay, so let me read the description here because this is interesting. Take your game session up a notch with the Pro Controller. Includes motion controls, HD rumble, built-in amiibo functionality, aka NFC, and more. I don't know what the fridge is more. Okay, it has motion control, but it's a regular controller, so you kind of think 6-axis, DualShock 3, maybe DualShock 4. I mean, heck, the gamepad for the Wii U was motion control to some extent, and it works. So it has motion control. Built-in amiibo functionality, NFC. The gamepad, same thing. There are other features. Oh, able to, well, there's a button for recording. Yes, they did say that you can record pictures, and in the long run, movies. I don't know how it's going to work. And the thing that one of the guys, I forgot his name, introduced, HD Rumble. Yes, so this is kind of sort of a BS. That this controller is $70 if you want, like, the OG style. $5 more than, or well, it's not even $5. It's $10 more than the DualShock 4, which is $50.99, and $64.99 for some. I mean, the PS3 DualShock 3 was like $54.99. They're becoming expensive because the thing, like I explained here, it has a lot of stuff in the controller. Yes, in the past they were so cheap. I used to remember the NES controller was $15 tops. I mean, heck, the NES remote control, like the NES for the NES Mini, was only $10. Super Nintendo was, I think, $20. The N64 was $29.99 for the controller. GameCube was $20 because it had nothing. It had the rumble feature. Wiimote, yeah, it was $40 because it's your source for the Wiimote, how to play it. But when you put a lot of features in the controller, the price tends to go up. Same goes with the PlayStation controller. PlayStation 1 controller was $15. PlayStation 2 was $24 because not only had a rumble feature, it had actually now analog control. That's why it's $25. Then PS3 had the home button and the gyro, and yeah, that's also what the Joy-Con and the Pro Controller have. Gyro control, or a gyro technology. The 6-axis has that, and the DualShock 4 has like those light ups in the controller. It has a touchpad and all the stuff from the DualShock 3. So yes, it kind of sucked, but it's kind of understandable. But the solution for this one is wait for a sale. There is always going to be a sale in the controller. PlayStation 4, DualShock 4 did have a lot of sale, especially in Black Friday. Will the Nintendo controllers? Hopefully, but it is a possibility because the Pro Controller for the Wii U, I actually bought one for $30 rather than $50. Yeah, and I like it. So yeah, but it kind of sucks, but it's understandable. Alright, so moving on from that one, the Joy-Con controller, $80 if you want to pair them. So you get the black, the gray one, Neo Blue, Neo Red, or the other reverse if you buy the Neo version SKU. Again, why is it $80? Again, it's the guy explained it because of the stuff, the HD rumble, the motion control, the NFC. Again, putting that stuff in, it's not that cheap. Ever wonder why the PS3 60 gig was so expensive? Because when you put a lot of feature and stuff in it, the price goes high. reality is there is no such thing as get a cool. Which the reality is that you can't price it low when you put too many stuff in something. It's just that's what it is. Excuse me. So for both of them, you get the two controller, the left and right, and the Joy-Con wrist strap, $80. So again, like say, oh crap. And the sucky part is, if you buy them separately, the left or the right, it's $50. So if you buy them, say two of them, that's going to be $50, $100 versus $80. $100, $80. I mean, they're giving you an incentive to buy both of them, but if you can only just afford one, there you go. Again, it kind of sucks. It's expensive, but it kind of makes sense. And then the Joy-Con charging grip. Yeah, this is the one. Hold on. Let me just go back. So Joy-Con grip. I think it is charging. Well, whatever. Maybe it is. It's not. Combine the left and the right Joy-Con into one larger controller with a handy grip. It also lets you keep playing while charging your Joy-Con, so you don't have to miss a minute. Basically, there's a USB Type-C. You can just hook it up and you play. You know, sometimes you use your iPhone, you hook it up while you're charging. Same goes with tablets. You know, it's a common thing. And well, hold on. Okay, so well, if you notice in the side, there it is, the USB Type-C. Again, I have no idea what it is. I'm gonna assume it's mini USB. Yeah. Again, $30. Say that's steep. Probably, but probably has electronic parts inside. Not so much for moving, but of course, if you notice, there's a USB connection, and again, kind of not cheap. So the next one is the Nintendo Switch dock set. So basically, if you want to play it on a different room, instead of just unplugging it like OG style, like your Super Nintendo, your Nintendo N64, you get another one, and then you buy the parts, is that a USB, the adapter with the Type-C and the dock. You can put it in the living room or in your room. So there you go, $90. Again, can understand, but to some extent, it's so expensive. I mean, the problem is, even you can understand it's expensive, like your games. Why say $60? You do keep in mind that yes, games are expensive to develop, but at the end of the day, you're a consumer. You want to work your hard-earned cash of your job, whether your job is good or bad, stressful or not. You earn that money. You want to make it worthy. And after we can see that, like, man, that's too expensive, kind of suck. But again, to what it offers and what it has inside, it kind of makes sense. And again, a lot of this accessory, they don't want to take a loss. Again, just like the system. Is it a good idea? Yeah, if you have a big house or you want to play in another room. Me personally, not really, but maybe the long run. But again, like I said, if they have a sale, Black Friday sale, I know Nintendo doesn't like doing sales, but again, you never know. It might happen. Heck, I got Nintendo games for clearance or sale. No joke. Same deal. We'll see what happens. And then this one's kind of not really cool. Oh wow, Joy-Con wheel 2 sets. And apparently it's a smaller version of the Wii wheel. The Wii wheel from the Wii. Wii wheel, I think what they call it. I don't know. Instead of putting the remote, you put in the left and the right Joy-Con. And it's small. I seen it. It's small. And if it is a set of 2, so there's $7.99 or yeah, $7.99, $8, 7, 6, 7. $7.99, let's just say that, $7.99 for two bundle, yeah. But again, it's for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Yeah, it's one of the new games. Again, that one makes more sense because it's cheaper, because the Wii wheel was $9.99. And yeah, that's some of the accessories. Again, do you agree with it? Do I agree with it? Probably not. But again, I kinda understand why it's expensive. Alright, so we're gonna go to the features of what they showed about the Switch. So of course, like I said, they basically emphasized on the Joy-Con controller. One of the most features they talked about was they were talking about is HD Rumble. So basically, what it is like the guy talked about it with the eyes. Okay, the translation to that one I'm gonna try this is that you can tell how heavy your glass is by putting more ice. So one ice, so the glass might not be that heavy, but the more ice it is, it gets heavy. So translate it to rumbling, that's what's called HD Rumble. For one ice, maybe the rumble is not that hard, but when you get three ice, maybe it's a bit more, like it's more harder, or it's harder. Yeah, more hard. There you go. Okay, so it's kind of hard to understand that, but here's a little bit that, and Mike Mate kind of got this, and I kind of agree with what he said. Pretend you're playing The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and you're defending yourself with a shield. When an arrow hits your shield, you probably just feel a ping, so the rumble is like not that much, not much shaking. Say, let's just say there's a giant with a club, hits the shield and you're blocking, you're probably gonna feel that, and so the rumbling, the HD Rumble is probably gonna shake hard. So in other words, it depends on what the situation is. The rumble changes the power of the rumble. So that's what it is. That's what they're saying, HD Rumble. So again, do you care about it? Well, some people like the rumble. The feature is, like I said, let me see if I can. Crud. Okay. Okay, they're just showing you. Alright, you know what? Hold on. Okay, I got it. Hold on. Okay, there you go. They were gonna show you what the Joy-Con, like what the way to play it. We'll talk about it later. Okay, like they said, the left one has the share button, right one has the home button, and right here, apparently on the right side, it has an NFC reader. Maybe the left side also, who knows? And remember, the reason why it's expensive, they're two separate controllers. It's not just one, they're separate. That's the thing. And again, and also I think in the right one or the left one, I think what the right one has like a AR visual aid, so like it actually can sense gesture, like you showed it with a hand. They didn't really mention what games it is, but again, that's the reason why the Joy-Con is expensive. Same goes with the Pro Controller. There's an NFC built in. You put it in, with your amiibo. Alright, so, let's see, let's go back here. Alright. So basically, this is one way to play it. You dock it, big screen. It's a big controller. So let's move it, take it out. Now here's another version. You play it on the go. Now your tablet, your Switch, the tablet, you put the Joy-Con left and right on the tablet. Now you can play it on the go. You can play anywhere. A console game on the go. Again, people always wanted that rather than a 3DS version and a Wii U version. And then another version they showed was kickback stand style, which is you have your own screen and then you got your controller. Kind of remind me of this Game & Watch with the circle controller, popular in the 80s. So this is what kind of remind me of. Or think about it this way: you got a tablet and then you buy yourself a controller for the tablet. There you go. So for now they show it 3 ways how to play it with the Switch. So again, talking about the Joy-Con, and of course, like they said, HD Rumble, advanced vibration, and what else? It includes the traditional controller if you want it, like OG style, and of course, it has motion control, gyro, just like the Wii. Again, is it cool? Probably. If it has more games, yes. I mean, the presentation when I saw it, it was actually interesting. is that the Joy-Con is not only just a controller, it's also Wiimote. Again, remember like their goal was, or their thesis statement, is that the Switch has the attributes of the previous console. So the Joy-Con is your Wiimote, but it can be also an NES controller. Combine them, it can be a GameCube controller. It's cool. I know it's expensive, but it's cool. And then, like I said, slide it in. There you go. And then you can play with your friends, play online. You can link up apparently a Switch, the tablet. So that's interesting. And then, of course, more Switch feature here. And I saw this. There's a YouTube video. Parental control for the Switch. And basically, it's an app because there will be a Nintendo app for the Switch, a free app. Right now, they're just saying the only one they're showing right now is parental control because sometimes if you have a kid, they rather play rather than go to school. They don't want to sleep. They play all night, like 1 in the morning. I used to do it. I can tell you, not a good idea. There you go. I know Nintendo's being parent, but I don't know if it's really necessary. But I guess, it's better than nothing. I mean, the funny thing, look at here. Nintendo Switch is great for all ages. Well, for me, because I grew up with Nintendo, I'm a big kid. I guess I should say that. And then, like they said, they're bringing back the eShop. And then, of course, now the album, which is you capture the games, screenshot, and like I said, later on, video, you can share it to social network. So, again, interesting. And of course, if you have a Nintendo account, you get more updates, news. And then here we go. The Nintendo Switch. And again, it may be a tablet, but this is the console. So you get the power button, the volume, and yes, so they finally said it because in October when they asked, is it a touchscreen? And they said, oh, we're not saying anything about touchscreen, mom's the word. But now it's official, the Nintendo Switch is a touchscreen, and the better part is, from what I heard people said, it's multi-touch. Again, that's the reason why it's $299, because the Switch console now has multi-touch. Again, that costs money. Built-in speaker, apparently brightness sensor. Well, you can always adjust that. Again, the rail basically to connect your Joy-Con left and right. There's an audio jack, so finally, game card slot. And yes, there it is. The game card slot. It's a cartridge. Well, okay, I take it back. It's not so much of a cartridge. It's a game card. And what a game card is, a playable SD card. Because you can say, well, an SD card could be a game card or a cartridge because, it's not a disc. It's a memory card, but you get the idea. They're back there. You say, well, that sucks. They're going back in. No. It's not those $80 cartridges like the N64. It acts like a dedicated SD card that can hold a lot of memory. Up to, apparently some people said, up to 256. Again, think about an SD card. The biggest one you can get was 512 gigabyte, or there's even more. There's even 1 terabyte SD card. Transitions that to a video game, there you go. One thing you don't have to worry about is installing your game on the system. Kind of like the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. I put in a disc. I need to put an install data in order to make it run. No need for the game card. In my opinion, when they basically talk about it, I thought for the cartridges they're gonna go back to the big ones. No, game card, I can understand, like the 3DS. So I think it's a good idea, but we have to see how the game works. A lot of people said it's good. I think so. Right now it's in a good note, so I can't wait for it to see it. Alright, so, and then we go to the back, stand, and then in the back there, micro SD card slot. Yeah, it can, apparently, it cannot support external hard drive. Kind of sucks, 2 terabyte. But micro SD card slot, unfortunately, up to, from what I heard, uh, wait, I think 256 gigabyte. I think that's what it is. Let me just check this one. Switch micro SD card size. Let's try that. Yeah, people said that it can go up to. Oh, okay, so I got it. Up. Okay, so apparently 256. So yeah, okay. Apparently minimum of 128 gig, but up to 256. So a bit expensive, but they are cheap as micro SD cards. So, but again, if you need to put more game on an SD card, 256 against the tops. Hopefully they can fix that, but whatever. And then of course the USB Type-C connector. If your tablet's running low, you can play. You can connect it while playing. And here's the question: the big question that people were concerned: battery life. The guy said between 2 to 6 hours. It depends what games you're playing, and it probably also setting. Kind of suck, but again, it is what it is. You know, if they put a high voltage battery, it's probably going to be expensive. Again, batteries life also, that costs a lot of money. That's why the Wii U has a sucky battery life from the get-go. You gotta buy it. They are expensive. But of course you can just, again, you can charge it while playing, or an external battery life, again, wait and see. So of course batteries life. So, and apparently, and they said that the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is roughly 3 hours on a single charge. Okay, but again, like they said, it's between 2 to 6, and then internal memory is 32, but it can go expand up to 256, and then screen is multi-touch. Like I said, at 6.2-inch multi-touch capacity touchscreen, can display resolution of 1280 to 720, so it's 720p rather than 1080. Better than the other one. The Wii U was 480, so there you go. So yeah, that's like the Switch itself. I think that's interesting. I mean, again, $300 maybe too steep, but it's understandable. Accessories a bit on the expensive side. Again, I may not agree half of it, but I can understand again why they did it. And then of course, I did mention this that fortunately they have to go to the route of PlayStation and Microsoft, and that is paid online. Yes, unfortunately, starting at fall 2017, Nintendo is gonna introduce the Nintendo Switch Online service, and it's a paid service, paid online. You gotta pay to play online game. Again, yes, it kinda sucked because Sony did it and Microsoft did it. I mean, Microsoft did it first. That was the biggest complaint, and people say, why choose on PS3 online versus the 360? Because it was free. But of course, some people said, well, you get what you paid for, and the reason why Microsoft had to do a paid online in order to have quality control with their online servers, because again, sadly to say, they're expensive. Kind of like the what is that game? Pokemon box, $5 every year in order to storage your Pokemon. Again, you put it on the server. That costs money. And I guess it's just reality checking in to a lot of this company. You really can't offer online for free, even so you're paying your online internet provider. But reality, I guess, it's costing them a lot of money. I mean, even Alex from Backlash Battle basically said that Sony in the PS3 era or the HD era, they were losing a lot of money forever because they were keeping online free. So I guess Nintendo was in the same boat. They said, "Yeah, we can't do this. We gotta need to make the money." And of course, Dina or DNA was in charge of the online. They're probably gonna need money, so I don't think they have no choice. I mean, the good thing is that if you bought the Switch at launch, starting in May until I guess August, it's gonna be free online for a while. But then when fall starts, there you go. The question is, how much would it be? If it's cheaper than PlayStation Plus, then cool. Because PlayStation Plus, unfortunately, they hiked the price. I mean, I know the trade-off is, well, they got good free PlayStation free games rather than a bunch of indie. So there you go. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit disappointing. Yes, it's a necessary reality check. Yes, because it costs money. We'll see. If it's good, then, and if you don't like it, just don't get it. I mean, do you really play Nintendo Online that much? I mean, I don't think you have to pay online to go to the eShop. Just saying, but again, it is what it is. And of course, it's free at March. Oh, and then, like I said, when you do subscribe to their online service, you get exclusive deal. PlayStation Plus does it. PlayStation Plus. Monthly game downloads. You get to play this virtual console, Super Nintendo or Nintendo, for a month. So, yeah, well, again, it's free, sort of. And for some games, we'll have newly added online play. It is good, but guess what? I think this rumor from Eurogamer about, well, will my virtual console transfer or do I have to double dip and pay an additional fee to bring it to the Switch? Well, I'm gonna guess, because it said here with newly added online, you're probably gonna pay $2 or $3 because again, it costs money. The problem is porting stuff to another system do cost money, and to some extent, doing it for free just for charity, I don't think it's not gonna work. And then this is the sad part. Online lobby and voice chat. And in order to do voice chat, you don't do it on the Switch. You need to have your phone to do it. So again, there's going to be an app for it. So I don't know how it's not going to work. But yeah, if you want to do voice chat, you got to do it with your phone. You got to create like lobby thing. You got to use your phone. Kind of makes sense, sort of, because you can bring your phone everywhere where you go, because your cell phone is part of you. So I think it's sort of good in one way, but I think it's ridiculous in the other way. But at least they're putting voice chat. But it's kind of ridiculous. You have to use your phone for it. But here's a good thing here. Like, here it is. I'm gonna click highlight it. This service is only for the Nintendo Switch. Does not affect Wii or 3DS system or online play. What? Okay, I don't understand this wording, but yeah. But the bottom line is Wii U and 3DS online is still free. Awesome. And online play. What? Okay, whatever. But again, they're following suit with Sony, because Sony is you only pay online on the PS4. PS3 and Vita is free, and I'm gonna guess that the original Xbox was also free. Not so much with the 360, but again, yeah. So again, here's basically a chart. What's the benefit of having the online service subscribe? You can play online, lobby and voice chat app, monthly game downloads, exclusive deals. Non-subscriber, you don't really get it. However, if you bought the Switch before fall, you kind of get it for free trial. But then there's a comment saying if you're also a non-subscriber, you can access the eShop. Kind of makes sense. Register and manage friends. Okay. Share screenshot. Well, yeah. Access the Nintendo Switch parental control app. Well, no, duh. I don't think you want to pay that service. I mean, imagine service. That's gonna be stupid. That's like, oh, you gotta go use in order to use the Microsoft website. Internet Explorer in the 360, you need to be gold. You know how stupid that is? Yeah, so there you go. I mean, kind of suck, but again, I can understand why they did it. Alright, alright, so a lot of these are just, alright, games. Alright, here we go. Well, let's look at some of this. Okay, some of the games they introduced, at least the original IP, but I think it's sort of ridiculous in my opinion. 1-2 Switch. It's a game that you don't need to look at the screen. But you need at least another person, so I'm gonna assume is two-player. And it's basically a quick reaction game who gets to react first. Kinda like a gunslinger, they kinda showed in a presentation. But there's also other things like sword fighting, chef, and believe it or not, cow milking competition. They kind of showed it in the Nintendo Treehouse. Kind of disgusting. Like when the guy demonstrated, I'm sorry to say, that's gross, dude. Like he was getting into it, and that was disturbing and gross. And apparently, unfortunately, I don't know how much the game's gonna cost for this one, and it's not even a packing game. I would say that this should have been a packing game. Again, they probably say, well, we're gonna make profit. I think it should be a packing game in my opinion, because like I don't think this is gonna last long. I know a friend of mine, he pre-ordered a Wii U, he was excited, and he's also bugging me that once he gets his Wii U in March, he wants me and him to play 1-2 Switch. I'm like, oh boy, but okay, we'll see if it's fun or not. I mean, it's good when you're in a party. And then the next new IP, ARMS. So it's basically a refined version of Nintendo Sports Boxing. To some extent, it's sort of a dumbed down version of Virtual On, because you're using the Joy-Con as a Wiimote, or let's just say a joystick. Let's just say that, like a joystick, like in Virtual On. Because you gotta slam to the left and right to move, and then you use it as a boxing glove to punch. I think it's a good game. Again, I don't think it's really that. I mean, I don't think it's worth $60. I'm saying there. And then, of course, one of the first games that's a enhanced, and that is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. New stages. Well, they only showed battle stages. New characters, Ink Girl, Ink Boy, King Boo, Dry Bones, and Bowser Jr. New cards. So, I mean, I don't know if there's going to be new like single player tracks, but the question here is, will this DLC be on the Wii U version? Can people buy at least as a DLC? Or is it one of those things like kind of did with Hyrule Warrior? Is that in order to play the new characters on the Wii U, you gotta buy the 3D version? It comes with a code. I think I like that one, either or. But I hope it does get a DLC, a third DLC for the Wii U version. We'll see. Again, enhanced game, not a real problem. They've been doing it in the past, kind of like Super Mario Advance for the GBA. It was a Super Mario All-Star at one point, or for the DS, Super Mario 64 DS, a better version of the N64 version. Ocarina of Time 3D, better version than the N64. You kind of get the idea, so it's really not that surprising that they would do this. So yeah, and then something you never heard of, Snipper Clip, and apparently it's a two-player game only, and it's a puzzle game. I don't know. So we're gonna click on the other games. Hopefully they showed they showed this sort of line of what it is. And okay, hold on, let me see crap, this is like in the game store. Alright, well, okay. Sheesh. Alright, just just gonna click here for a sec. Gonna go to Google. Bear with me. Switch games. Alright, just give me a sec here. Thank goodness. Okay. What I'm looking at here, of course, everybody knows what it is. Let's click on the image. Hopefully, it's not that big. Maybe I can fit on the screen. Alright, good enough. This is their games as of right now. Their lineup. Okay, launch games. My rule is for 2 months, March and April. And then, of course, Reggie's make-believe word, launch window, bullshit. No such thing. Yes, no such thing. It's a stupid cop-out, but you got idea. Let's just say future games on the Switch. So, okay, right here first is launch games. Again, launch games are within 2 months of the console's launch. So you got basically 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As of right now, maybe there'll be more. Who knows? And heck, maybe even spring 2017, if it's still in April or May. But if it's May, hey, whatever. And that's first of all, Breath of the Wild. No surprise, it's a Wii U game that now is a Switch game also. It's on launch day. 1 to Switch is on launch day. Again, in my opinion, should have been a packing game, but whatever. It's Nintendo. Nintendo think illogical. You really can't do anything about it. Bomberman, Super Bomberman R. Yeah, apparently it's not that deep, but again, Bomberman is back finally. Sweet. Skylander Imaginator for the Switch, and it's actually interesting how they do it, because apparently you can't use the portal of our, I don't know, you can or you cannot, but the way they showed the demonstration, I saw this on the internet, is you can use the NFC with your Skylander, and what's going to happen is it will digitally store on that game. And it's kind of the same thing with the 3DS version. I think starting with Swap Force, that when you scan that Skylander in, it stays in the game. You don't have to rescan it. That's starting Swap Force. Prior to that one, you have to use it, like you have to put it on the portal power, and then you have to well, not so much, but it was more convoluted. But yeah, so they kind of, I guess they're doing that way with the Switch version of Imaginator. Again, why is it there? Well, if you don't have a Wii U, you don't have the other console, your Switch is your first console, and you want to play Skylander, there you go. And of course, Just Dance is a launch day game, so that's 4. Maybe there'll be more, maybe not. Yeah, it's sort of a third-party games, but again, we'll talk about that later. And then in March, Snipper Clip, Fast RMX. That's like their version of a third-party version of F-Zero, because Nintendo doesn't want to do F-Zero. I Am Setsuna was basically on the PS4. I heard it wasn't really that good. Well, I guess you only got option. What the heck? Has Been Heroes, and not to be confused with No More Heroes. I gotta think this is from the Treehouse. It's a $20 game, so it's not really that big. So again, I don't know how long it's gonna be, but again, third-party game. Of course, April 28th, Super Mario 8 Deluxe, enhanced version of Mario Kart 8. From the Wii U, now Switch, with lots of stuff. Of course, then spring, May, maybe I'm guessing May, ARMS, and yes, Puyo Puyo Tetris is on the Switch, but it's also on the PS4. Just want to point that out. And then of course, another game that people might buy. Well, Rhyme is now multi-plat. Used to be PS4 exclusive. Splatoon 2, yes, I'm surprised that it's not an enhanced version of Splatoon. It's a sequel, so kudos. Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim, again, that's really old. I guess, well, if you never played on the Wii, well, if Wii U is your only console and you can go with the Switch, there you go. If you like Elder Scrolls, I'm not really a Bethesda fan, but whatever. And of course, the big game, another one is Super Mario Odyssey. Good game. Definitely awesome. I like the concept behind it, especially when Mario goes to the real world. Sweet. And then some other game in 2017, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Surprise. An enhanced version of Super Street Fighter 2 HD remix. Yeah, well, if it's on the PS4, I'll probably buy it. Minecraft, well, for the kiddies. EA Sports FIFA. Wow, seriously? I'm gonna wonder how long will it take until they abandon the Switch. Because look what they did with the Wii U. EA was behind the Wii U 100%, and then after a while, after the launch, the abandoned Wii U. Yeah, Sonic Mania. Yeah, not no surprise there. Makes sense. Okay, I don't know what the heck is Steep. NBA 2K. Sure, if you like basketball. And Disgaea 5, the complete edition, I guess. A game that's been out in 2015 with the PS4. So again, unless you don't have a PS4, here's your chance to play Disgaea. And Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Same deal. So you might say, oh my god, it's like a Wii U all over again. Some of the games have already been out. Yeah, just some of them, such as Skylander Imaginator, Ayun Setsuna, Elder Scroll, Minecraft, FIFA, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Disgaea 5, and NBA 2K. Yeah, I know, but again, it's for people who never played them, who never had only had a Wii U as a console. That's what's for them. That is a reality check. So, are they good games? Let's just say mediocre at best. Of course, Nintendo games always be the best one, but right now, yeah. So again, wait and see. I mean, the three or the major ones is Legend of Zelda. No surprise. Not so much with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, because if you have it for the Wii U, you're probably not going to get it on the Deluxe or the Switch, because that's double dipping. But again, people do tend to double dip with Nintendo games. But the big ones, Splatoon 2 to some extent, and Super Mario Odyssey, yeah, that's another big game. But you say, wait, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. As a Japanese game, that's kind of niche. I hate to say it, because Xenoblade Chronicles 3D, for the new 3DS, believe it or not, Toys R Us at one point was selling it for $20, and Xenoblade Chronicle X is, sadly you don't see it anymore. But the thing is, yeah, it went down in price. It was in clearance. It was at one point at Target was sold for $15. No joke. Amazon also had it in low price. So yeah. Again, so not so much. So yeah, those are the games right now. Not really blockbuster, but it's there. Alright, so what do I think about the whole presentation, the Wii U, the Switch? Is it good for what it is? As of right now, yes. Again, remember, it's a new system. You gotta wait until like 2 or 3 months down the line after it's launched to see if it's really worth it or not. Yeah, there will be those people going to buy it at launch, because they'll be the guinea pig to see if it's worth it or not. I mean, look what happened to the Wii U. People thought it was worth it, and then down the line, it wasn't, unfortunately. So we have to wait and see. $300 without a game, I don't think it's that good, but I can understand why. The controllers are expensive. Again, I don't agree with it, but I do understand why, because they put too much stuff that you gotta keep it even, at least. You know what? I mean, that you can sell a console at a loss because of the games and the accessory, but you can't have a game or the accessory at a loss, because then that's bad. But of course, Nintendo strategies, they never sell a console at a loss. That's just them. The presentation wasn't that like blockbuster, but it gave enough information. Oh, there are some games that's gonna come out there's like, oh, this is what the Joy-Con is. Yeah, and again, unfortunately, online it's now a pay for the Switch, but again, you got to pay server. But the thing also I was kind of sad that they didn't really show is, well, they did show like one of the hub, but does it have achievements? They're not even talking about that from what I heard. But they did. There was a report that Miiverse will not be on the Switch, so they're probably gonna have something new. Maybe they'll explain it down the line. Street Pass is only exclusive for the 3DS. Kind of makes sense. So yeah. So anyway, there you go. That's my thoughts on this presentation. Switch in general. I know this is a long video, but well, you know what? I have a lot of things to say. So with that, thanks for listening. That's it for now. And maybe there'll be more information about the Switch in the long run. Oh, by the way, before I do close this, January the 18th, yes, there will be a Fire Emblem Nintendo Direct. I don't know what it is. Maybe the third game's finally gonna come. Fire Emblem Mobile. We'll wait and see. So yeah, like I said, thanks for listening.